Hello everyone. Today in this tutorial we are gonna introduce a new statement, uh, which is switch statement. Switch statement. Sorry. And how can we write the syntax of a switch statement in C language? Okay. As an introduction for a switch statement in C, it's used to test the value of variable and compare it with multiple case. Once the case match is found, a block of statement associated with that particular case is executed. Let me show you before how the structure of switch statement in C. How can we structured in C language? First, you will start by switch keyword, then variable name between a bracket, variable underscore name, colon, enter, curly braces, your code, your block of code that's related to switch statement will be here. Finally, you will end the switch statement by curly braces. Inside these curly braces, your code of switch will be here. Okay. As we said before, switch statement has multiple case inside it. This variable name, I will test this variable name by each case inside the switch. I will compare it. If it match, so the block of this case will be executed. Let me show you a snapshot for switch statement expression. Okay, let's say you have your code and your code have the following syntax for switch. This is express is the variable name. You would compare it with multiple cases inside the switch. You will compare the expression or variable name with this value. If it match, then the code inside this case will be executed, and the others will be skipped. Okay. Now the expression can be integer expression or a character expression. And values here also can be integer, can be character, type can be array of character, a string type. Each case will be ended by colon. If none of these cases matches, not matching with expression, then a switch will redirect the execution of code for default section, default label. None of these cases uh, is matched by expression, by this value, the following code will be executed. Let's take an example to simplify everything. Okay. Mainly, switch statement is used for instructions, for if you want uh, to state a menu in your code. For gaming, if you want to play again, press yes. If you don't want to play again, press no. So mainly is used for menu structure. Let's say your code is as follow: printf one dash exit, for example, how to play backslash n semicolon printf. Let's say we have another option, option 2, to exit. Okay. And you will ask your user to enter a choice. Please enter an option. Okay. Let's try the following code. What will be the output for it? Build, compile, everything is okay. We forgot to write here backslash n. Debug, start debugging, yes. Okay. The output will be as follow: 1 to play, 2 to exit. Now, as a user perspective, he need to enter an option. If the user enter 1, he will play again or play the game. If enter an option 2, he will exit the game or exit any code. Okay. How can we write this by C language? The best way to write the following code by using switch statement. Before I use a switch statement, you need to scanf the value of options that's entered by the user, which should be an integer value, since 1 and 2 is an integer value. %d, let's say the variable will be x, semicolon. Now you can write switch statement for x variable. Okay. Enter, start and end curly braces for switch statement. Okay. Now you need to specify your cases. How many cases we have? We have 2 cases, which is 1 and 2. 1 for playing, 2 for exit. So in your switch statement, you will specify 2 cases. Case 1, let's say you press case 1, I will inform the user you pressed case 1. Okay. Semicolon, enter. Now you will present case 2. printf case 2. Let's say you pressed the option of case 1 or for case 1, or you can say you will play again, for example. Okay. Your program will be exit or will be stop. Now each case executed, after the execution, you need to write another keyword, which is break, to stop your sequence of flow inside the switch. Once this case is matching, no need to compare the other cases with this variable name. So once you press this break, okay, break will stop the sequence of switch statement and exit to continue other statements in your code. Okay, so you need at each case, after code blocks for this following case, to specify break keyword, how to insert a break keyword. In the other words, the break keyword in each case indicates the end of a particular case. Okay? But what if none of these cases match? What should I do? So you need to specify last label, which is default. Default is executed whenever the value of test expression is not matched with any of the cases inside the switch. Then the default will be executed. Okay? So you can say printf invalid option. Okay? Now compile. We have an error, x undeclared identifier. You need to declare variable x. X is an integer variable and x. So now build, compile, scanf underscore s, build, compile, zero error, debug, start debugging, yes. Okay, let's try it. Please enter an option. I will input value of x, let's say 1. You will play again. Let's try it again with a new case. Let's say you enter 2. Your program will be exit. But what if the user entered a different number rather than 1 and 2? For example, suppose the option for user is 5. 5 does not exist in our system, in our switch case. So this case is not matched, and this case is not matched. So the default label will be executed. Okay, and default label, when you press enter, it will inform you that you entered an invalid option. Okay, this is the main goal of statement. You notice here, variable x is an integer variable. So you will match it with an integer value, which is 1, 2, 3, and so on. What if x is an character variable? How can we write your case statement or label each label in this switch statement? Suppose you need to compare x if equal to character A. So we represent the following condition by case space single quotation character A single quotation colon. If the user enter value of x A, so this case will be executed. Okay. As a conclusion, or if you notice the switch statement here in the following example is similar to if else statement. Nested if statement. Okay. What if you need to execute the following code multiple time? You are playing a game. So when you are playing a game, you're playing several times, not one time. So you need to use a loop statement for the following code, to repeat the following code. Here, I will use while loop. Let's say while loop, for example, while I will repeat my code as following. While switch inside the while loop. Of course, you need to use while loop with sentinel value, since we don't know how many times the following code will be repeated. So the condition will be related to this option. Okay. If x not equal -1, so the following code will be executed. Once this block executed, we'll check this condition again. If true, we'll repeat this code again. If true, will be repeated again. As we said before, if you use a while loop with sentinel value, it's preferred to re-input this variable before you go to the condition. Okay. So you need to enter or to input the value of x again. Please enter another option. Let's say here \n, and let's try it. Debug. Start debugging. Yes. Okay. Please enter an option. Let's say you want to play 1. You will play again. Please enter another option. Since we have a loop, for example, you press 2, your program will be stopped. Okay. Please enter another option. Let's say -1. -1, it means end of while loop. So once you enter -1 option, your program will be terminated. Okay. Let's do another example, but we will do a valuable example, which is required for your test. Okay. Let's say you need to do some calculator, for example, small calculator. Option 1, you'll use add addition. Option 2, subtraction. Suppose we have multiple options, for example, option 3, which is multiplication, and so on. Please enter an option. If the user enter an option 1, so your program will be or will calculate addition for example, for 2 numbers. So if x equal 1, you will ask the user, please input 2 numbers. To input this 2 number, of course, this 2 number will be a float variable data type, %f. Let's say a and b, the variable named a and b, and a and b, semicolon. How can we add these 2 numbers? You can simply output as, the result as following: the addition or the sum equal %f a plus b. Okay. Remember to end each case by break statement. Here we have 2 new variables, a and b, so you need to declare it as a float variable, float a and b, semicolon. Now, the other case number 2, is related to subtract. Simply copy and paste the following code here. Instead of using plus, you will use minus. Let's say the output will be like calculator. Answer is okay. Now we have another case number 3. So you need, before default, to represent case number 3, which is a multiplication of a and b. Multiplication of a and b. Okay. Let's try it. Compile, debug, start. This simple calculator will be as follow. Please enter an option. Let's say we want to make an addition. 1. Enter 2 numbers, 5 and 3. The result will be 8. Enter another option if you need to make several calculation. simply you will need to use a loop. Okay, let's say you enter 4. As you can see, we don't have an option number 4, so you will get invalid option message. Okay, if you need to stop the following program, simply you will input value -1. So your code will be terminated. Okay, that's all for this tutorial. Thank you, everyone.